Hello, 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 and welcome to Benny's Babbles, which is what I do. And my special guest tonight is Charlie Batt. Welcome, Charlie. Are you there? Oops, you've frozen again. We've had this. Typical. We've he's frozen. Anyway, he'll be back in a minute. So Charlie is the promoter of White Collar Boxing Wales. It's a white collar boxing promotion that does 8-week training camps, teaches you how to box, and then on the 8th week, then you go into the ring and you have a scrap, basically. We're going to have Charlie coming back on in a minute. We're having a bit of a problem with his Wi-Fi signal there. Tomorrow night, I've got Justin Bynan on at 9 p.m. So tune in then. Right, Charlie's back in the room. There he is. Are you, Charles? I like that.
Oh, it's gone again.
It's gone. You keep freezing on us, dude. You keep freezing on us. Is your voice gone? Oh man, we're having terrible trouble with his Wi-Fi there tonight. We did try it before we went on here, and it did go off before that as well. So he has changed rooms. So we're going to see what he comes back with now. But as I was saying, we'll come back with Charlie in a moment. Tomorrow night, I'm with Justin Bynan at 9 p.m. Saturday night, then, I'm talking to Dorian Holmes. And then Monday, Paul James, the comedian. So here we go. Right, let's try again, shall we?
Oh, you're joking me.
No, you're still... Oh, no, is it there? Are you there? Are you there? We seem to be having a few issues.
Hello, I'm going to move.
Oh, there he is. There he is. He's moving. He's moving.
I'm going to move around the house.
He's going to move around the house.
So, the room with the Wi-Fi in it.
We'll do the interview like this, yeah. Who lives in a house like this? Charlie, over to you. That's my terrible Lloyd Grossman impression, that is. There we are. We're a bit better
right,
there.
You should have me now.
Welcome, Charlie, to Benny's Babbles.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. I was just telling the good listeners who are out there who you are, that you're a white collar boxing promoter and businessman, really. Do you want to emphasize on that a little bit more? Oh, no, we've lost him again by the looks of it. We seem to have lost him again. Well, I'll tell you a little bit more about it because I've been working with Charlie now for the last, I think it's a year and a half at White Collar Boxing Wales. I'm a ring announcer. So I announce all the boxing, boxing matches. I introduce them all, and I introduce the fighters and things like that. Now, the money that's raised at the White Collar Boxing goes to Mind Merthyr, I believe. I'm sure Charlie come back and tell me exactly if I'm right or wrong. And they do amazing work. It really, really is. If anybody's interested, I'll try and put a link in the box after the podcast where you can sign up to White Collar Boxing. Now then, let's have a look. He's logged back in. Is he there? Charlie, are you there? Hello? Anyone there? No, still not there. Still not there. Oh, well, we do seem to be having a lot of technical issues this evening. Obviously, all his neighbours are Netflixing and chilling. And hang on. There he is.
If it kicks off again, I'm going to come back.
And now we can't hear you.
What? Can't hear me?
No, I can. No, I can.
Hear me? Yeah, right. If it kicks off again, I'll go on my phone.
Okay.
And I'll sue Virgin Media.
Yeah. and you can do it off your phone as well. It's a perfectly good thing. So yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, Charlie.
Yeah, so I am a boxing promoter for White Collar Boxing Wales. So we put on charity boxing matches for Merthyr and the Valley's Mind, or in aid of Merthyr and the Valley's Mind. We give the boxers a free 8-week training camp, which all leads to a professionally fight there. And the production wise, it's just amazing. It is a great night. So that's mainly what I do, really. I know you called me a social media influencer as well, which I'm going to take as a compliment because I must be influencing something.
we all influence someone. We all influence someone.
Exactly. So I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah. Well, so how long have you been doing white collar boxing Wales now?
So we've been running just over a year. But I've been running events for nearly 10 years now. So it's just a natural progression into what I was good at.
Yeah.
And now I enjoy it. So yeah, we've been running for about a year.
I was telling the viewers that we have that I'm involved in this with you, where I am your residential ring announcer.
You are our Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen. And it is, you do, I've got to say, I've been to loads of boxing events over the years, professional and amateur.
Yeah.
And coming to your gigs are professional.
Thank you.
You make your guys feel it as if they are. This is their big night, which it is.
Yeah,
it is their big night. They've been training for 8 weeks.
Yeah,
and all the hard work. You really, really, go for it, and you make them feel special.
Oh yeah, of course.
The ring. You got the wall, the walls, the videos, the whole thing. You make them feel, and I think that's really important. And it's, and you can see on their faces as well.
Yeah,
it makes them feel more.
Listen, it's a shame that COVID happened, because the production we had planned for the 28th of March, it was our first birthday celebrations. We had, do you know when the rugby team ran out at the Millennium?
Yeah,
those flames. Bro, we had them fucking flames, man. We had them booked in, and it was just going to be a mad night, and just it's such a shame. But obviously, as soon as we can come back, we will. And as soon as we come back, I'm bringing the show, man. There's going to be fire. There's going to be sparklers, big screens. Just the experience we give already, but better, man.
I am really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Because as I said, they are spectacular nights. So if there's anybody watching that thinks, oh, hang on, banger, I live in South Wales. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a go at this. What have I got to do? What do they do?
It's easy. You go to whitecollarboxing.wales. That will take you to our page. Sign up. You'll get an email telling you to join your Facebook group. Join your Facebook group and you get all the information you need from there. And then it's just turn up, 8 weeks training, sell 15 tickets and raise £50 minimum for Mind, and you fight on fight night, and we pay for everything for you, apart from your drinks, obviously.
They can have some water. I know you give us all in the corner. So what? Even I know it's lockdown at the moment, and we're all on stop. So I believe that you were joining the podcast world as well.
Yeah, so I always said I had a terrible 2019 personally. Professionally, it was okay. Ups and downs, really. And I vowed on New Year's Eve, I raised the glass and I said, 2020 is going to be my year. I'm just going to make everything I've ever wanted to do. I'm going to give it a go. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, at least I tried. So, yeah, I just wanted to try everything I possibly could. We obviously released a documentary, which had a great response. So we're doing some YouTube content, we're doing some podcasts, and we're just going to see what happens. Because apart from events, kind of being on camera and presenting is kind of my other passion. And I enjoy speaking to people and getting to know them. So it's kind of the perfect hobby for me to do whilst doing the boxing. And I'm going full time to work on the boxing once lockdown's finished. So I'll have a lot more time to be able to commit to mastering my craft of things like podcasts and stuff. So that's kind of what we're planning, but it's on the way. We've got to wait till lockdown ends, obviously.
Oh, good. I'm looking forward to it. And have you got a name for your podcast yet? Are you?
Yeah, so the whole project, so the YouTube and the podcast, is called No Idols. It's basically based around my belief that you shouldn't idolize people. I believe that, and it's being shown right now with COVID, that everyday people are the true heroes. So loads of
true.
people idolize, like, oh, David Beckham, he's my idol. What? Because he scored a banging free kick in 2002 to take England to the Euros. But like, nobody talks about his numerous affairs that have been rumored, and the fact that he should be banned from driving, but he got out on a loophole. So you idolize people for no reason. Whereas with everyday peerage, look at the NHS, man. Like, they saved my life in December. I nearly died with sepsis. And the people that dealt with me in my time in hospital, they're the real people you need to idolize, because they're literally keeping you alive. So
They are.
that's the whole idea.
I think once the lockdown is over, I think the whole system needs to be looked at. And
definitely.
I think we can't go back into a world that we lived in previously. I think the whole
of course.
thing needs to be looked at,
And I don't think
hopefully
we will. I don't think we will, man. Like, people are clapping for the NHS every Thursday night. Like, we're finally realizing how important the NHS is for the UK. So hopefully, people will be nicer to each other and be kinder to each other when we're back out and we're back to normal.
Well, fingers crossed. Now, talking about No Idols, you're saying it's going to be the name of your podcast, but isn't that also the name of your documentary as well?
Yeah, so the documentary is all part of the project. So it's kind of a social media influencer project, if you like. So the YouTube channel and the podcast join together to be one kind of whole entity. So the podcast will also be filmed and uploaded onto the YouTube.
Right.
So it all came from obviously the documentary was called No Idols, and that's how we came up with the name. Because in the documentary I talk about my reasons why you shouldn't idolize people. And so that's where we came up with the name of the whole project. So
and they can catch it's available now on YouTube, yeah?
So the documentary is on YouTube now. The podcast will be on YouTube, SoundCloud, and YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music as soon as we start releasing episodes.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. No, I've seen the documentary, and I'd advise anyone that's out there watching to go and have a watch, because it's quite a personal story of yours.
Yeah.
It's nice. You're honest and straight to the point, and there's no hiding behind anything. You lay your heart on the table, you speak about it. And I got to say, there was a few times where it's like you almost had me tearing up. So but I really did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward now to like the rest of it.
No, because I appreciate that, man.
And I did notice in your documentary as well, there's a cameo or two in the background of this really handsome looking guy.
Funny enough, my auntie fancies you.
Well,
my auntie, she always says when she comes to the event, she comes to every event, right? And she always says, "Oh, that MC is so good, and he looks so good." And I was like, I'll hook you up if you like. Do you know what I mean? I've got that kind of rank.
I don't think Emma would be happy, but point it out
you
next
got to miss
time.
it now. No, you got to miss it now.
Point that out next time.
Yeah, no, I will. And then, man. Sorry, Emma. Mandy, hands off.
So apart from obviously you're throwing yourself into the boxing now.
Yeah.
Is it anything else? Because I know the kind of person you're like me. You're a man of. You like having your fingers in lots of different things because it keeps you fresh.
The more pies I can be eating, the better. Do you know what I mean? I got a few things happening. I'm launching, similar to the boxing, a stand-up comedy 8 weeks training camp, which leads to a comedy night at I can't say the venue yet. Hopefully the Glee Club. Hopefully the Glee Club. So we're launching that stand-up for the NHS. It's called. So it's going to be all fundraising for the NHS charities together. We're also looking at launching a darts one. So Flight Club, it's called.
Right. No, do you know what? We've spoken about this in the past. You were saying that you wanted to do now darts. I know you were thinking about a wrestling one as well at one point.
Yeah,
but that is a difficult one to do.
Yeah,
health and safety wise, it's more dangerous than the boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
But darts now.
Yeah, man.
Now I used to play. This one I might get involved in.
Yeah.
Boxing. I did think about it for a while. I did, but then
No, you did.
but you can't take me from the ring. They'll miss me
Yeah,
too
no,
much.
you are.
So
Like I said, you're
I
the
don't want to get
trademark
punched in the
comedian
face
now,
either anymore.
Yeah, no, like, listen, you're great at what you do. Your involvement is brilliant, so I wouldn't want to change that.
But
But
the
yeah, the darts. That's
darts.
gonna, everyone loves the darts, don't they? They love a big night at the darts.
Yeah, they do. And it is.
All that.
It's like a carnival atmosphere at the darts.
Yeah, and that's what we want to do with it. Is we obviously the darts is the main attraction, like the boxing. But with the boxing, because the ring's in the middle of the arena, it's the focal point.
Yeah.
Whereas with the darts, we have to put a party on. So we're not only promoting the dart side of things, we're promoting just a massive carnival party atmosphere.
Yeah.
8-hour day drinking, just get pissed up at the darts
And
support a great charity because it'll be for Mind again, and just have it.
yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I like the darts one. Yeah, because there's nobody doing that, and as
No.
well, and especially I suppose not many people go to the pub these days to play darts.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it gives them an opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
We've just had a message in. Somebody said, "Did I hear wrestling?" Well,
maybe in the future. I think I'd love to. I really would, but I know, like, without sounding terrible, obviously boxing is entertainment. It is,
yeah,
whereas wrestling's entertainment. Boxing is fighting.
yeah, it is, and it's knowing I've done both, and wrestling is you've really got to know what you're doing to do wrestling.
It's technical. It's too technical to learn in 16 hours.
It is. I as you know, I done my stint in the ring.
Yeah, you did.
And I spent a full day's training just to walk into the ring, one move, and back out again, basically.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that I didn't hurt myself.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. So
it is.
I don't even know if I could get insurance for that, man.
Yeah.
I struggle to get insurance for the boxing.
No, I've there's been the odd couple of times where I've sent you things where I thought, oh, hang on a minute, you might like that. No, I sent you one boxing where it was a long ring, and you got 3 people at each end, and then they go to the middle, beat the living daylights out of each other, and then they knock somebody out, and you stay in the ring until I think it's some Russian boxing thing, and it's crazy. Absolutely.
I'd love to do a Royal Rumble. I would love to do a Royal Rumble, but maybe with work with a wrestling company and just put on a massive kind of do you know all these indie boxing companies?
Yes.
If you got 2 or 3 of them to work together, I don't know how possible that is. 2 or 3 of them to work together and do their own kind of WrestleMania. Do you know what I mean? And just do a big fucking show.
Yeah.
Up at the Vale with the production that we do, the screens and everything like that. Because I think a lot of indie boxing, they don't make enough money to be able to put them shows on.
Yeah.
But is it because they just don't have the right people behind them? Not saying that the people behind them are terrible, but because you haven't got that big, we've got a lot of power now in that aspect of putting on them shows at that scale.
Yes. Yeah. Whereas, what you're doing is
exactly. It's so have they just not teamed up? And I know it's hard when you got to get 3 competitors to work together, but if it's on something as big as a WrestleMania, then it could work.
You could call it a WrestleMania instead.
Exactly. Exactly. But that's really, I think, that's the kind of ideas I've got. They're I want to try new things, and I want to try and I just want to make these big spectaculars. Do you know what I mean? I'm a showman. That's it.
Well, I'm going to say, it is. You are a showman, really. And like I said, you've I can see the joy on your face on the night of the shows.
Yeah, man, I love when
I love show nights. You're running about organising everything, but it's even though it's a stressful night, and I can see that you are stressed, but you're doing it with a smile on your face.
Yeah, man, I love it. I do. I live for it. I do really live for it. And it's like that first event that we did was just because we hadn't had an event yet, and I talked it up so much, and I'd said how good of a show it was going to be. I needed it to pull off, and it did. And like when it did, I was like, oh, yes! Like when Sweet Caroline happened and people were on the table singing, I was like, yes, we've done it, man.
And it is a proper party. So so you're talking, you're looking at the comedy and darts. Is there?
Yep.
Can you see anything else? Well, apart from the wrestling, obviously, that a little bit more technical. Anything else that you could?
I'm in talks at the minute with some friends. We're setting up kind of a creative collective. So might see me promoting that a bit more. We've got some rappers in there, some music producers. I'm on there in kind of the the management side and the kind of business side of things. We got one of my mates, Jack, does videography, and so we're all going to join together to make just kind of like a creative hub. Where, it's kind of like if I can plan events, I'll give them gigs and stuff like that, and we'll just help each other get our brand awareness out there. That's the 4 or 5. And there, at the minute, I think one of them, AJ, he's just released his debut EP, which was produced by another one of the boys, Jake. Jack did all the visuals for it. I helped with the promoting of it. So, and they're going to be we've booked them to perform at the next White Collar Boxing show as well. So, all together we're helping each other out to make this kind of collective and click, if you like. But
oh well, no, it's like you say. Seriously, I like being around creative people because I find they bring out the best in me.
Mm-hmm.
And and having bouncing ideas off each other.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of the best things you can do is having your own little think tank, really, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So that's that. Well, think tank. That's the perfect way to describe it. Where no one's, we're not doing it for money, which is the most important thing in it. I think it is just because we all genuinely love what each other's doing.
Yeah.
So, and that's the best way, especially with friends. You don't want to start fucking with money and stuff, man. It's not nice.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Now, in the last fight that went on, you actually stepped into the ring.
Yeah.
And
to my mother's dismay.
This what?
To my mother's dismay.
To your mother's dismay. Stop sampling your own goods.
Can't get high off your own supply.
But no, I got it. It was a good fight.
Great fight, really good fight. Yeah,
and because I think did you break your nose? But that was the first.
No, I broke. I did break my nose. yeah, I've broken my nose in every fight I've had. I had a chest infection on the night of the fight.
You did. I
which
remember.
led to me getting sepsis. So I was on the start of my journey to death, and I still managed to fight 6 rounds
and win.
And, and I win. So it was Mark, the fight after me, that had a nosebleed.
Right.
Yeah, no, my fight went the whole way, but he did break my nose when he punched me in the second round, which surprised me because I honestly, I thought I'd seen him fight. I thought he was, it's good standard, but I did think I was going to beat him. I'll be honest. I thought I was going to knock him clean out in the third round, but he punched a lot harder than I expected, and he took a lot more punches than I expected him to. Fuck me, I was throwing him for the whole 6 rounds, man. But I think with that, just my training paid off. Like I think, because of my size, a lot of people don't expect me to be able to go 6 rounds in a boxing ring. But if you train, I trained for 12 weeks for that fight. The tactic was to go in heavy and to be able to just control the pace of the fight, which I think I did perfectly. If you ask me, won by unanimous decision.
It was a great fight. Now I would say because the boxer that you fought, he fought in the one previously, hadn't he?
Yeah. So he fought at the one the first event we did in April.
Yeah.
And he won. So it was a good opponent to step up. I'd had 2 fights previously and won both of them. So
because I noticed a vast change in him from the first time I seen him from the first fight.
He lost a lot of weight. I think he lost too much weight for the fight, if you ask me.
Yeah, but it was sort of. I think it had taken him, it given him something to do, really, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, definitely. Listen, he looked amazing, man.
He looked amazing,
He
and
looked amazing.
he sort. I was. It can't be the same guy.
Yeah, yeah. Listen,
Because he
this is the
looked.
thing. We'd agreed the fight, yeah.
Yeah,
When he was, I still see him as the boy that fought in the first event.
yeah,
Comes
yeah,
down to this event, and he's trained so hard, bless him, that he's dropped loads of weight, and he was just on the heavyweight limit. Do you know what I mean? And like, that's the heavyweight game, though. You've got
yeah,
that space to play with. I came in heavier than I planned, but it benefited me. He come in lighter, and it let him move around the ring a bit nimbler. But I think
yeah.
he just slimmed down a bit too much, if you ask me.
No,
Right?
he had
But he looked
slim.
great. But he looked
He
great.
looked
He did look
great.
great.
He did. I was, and you've got to take your hat off for that, because you've given him that.
Yeah.
He'd started off with you guys and having done nothing before.
Yeah. Oh, he'd had
And
one boxing match before.
right, but he basically he transformed his life to be
Yeah,
part
man.
of white collar boxing, and that's
Yeah.
and not only him. It is, Sean obviously takes the photos down there with you, so
My man. Is he watching?
I get to watch
Watching.
the progression of some of these
Yeah,
fighters,
man.
and to see some of them, I think, oh God, they're not going to be doing too well, and then on the night they
Bang
come
people
out, and it's like, wow,
Yeah,
you've
man.
never done this before, and it's sort of
It's amazing to watch. It is, and like Sean and me get to watch them live from the start. Sean is really my right hand man. I owe a lot to the boy. He's helped me out a lot in the last year, and he's there with me from the introduction meeting all the way through to fight night, and he's the only actual member of staff that has gone the whole journey with me.
yeah.
And we've got really close through the process. Obviously, as you've seen, I'd say Sean's one of my best friends now. And we see people, and because I used to give Sean a lift as well. We would talk in the car like, he's shit, he's not gonna make it. And then, because you do, and then you realise your teachers used to slag you off.
Yeah,
you
they
realise
did.
your teachers hate you, and like you get in the car and you'd be like, oh bloody hell, so and so's improved. Like I'll actually name drop someone because I know they won't mind me saying it. This guy called Scott,
Yeah.
in the last training camp on the event that didn't go ahead, which I'm gutted about. Scott came in on the first day, and I was like he's a sound bloke, but he just chats so much.
Yeah.
And is he going to make it through? He got in the ring for his first round of sparring. 30 seconds later, he was spewing up in a bucket. I'm thinking this bloke is not going to make 3 rounds. By the end of the training camp, he was in the ring and he sparred for a minute with me. And he was a lot smaller. He must have been about a third of my size. Didn't spew up, didn't do anything like that. And he went, he did manage to go to 3 rounds in sparring. And so we awarded him with the most improved boxer for the training camp, which was something we introduced for that training camp. But he did use it. It was amazing to see the progression of this, this skinny bloke who's just there for a laugh, loving life. And he's loving life. And he is such a great guy. But spewing up and everyone's laughing, like, you're not going to make 3 rounds. And I tell you what, he'd have won his fight if he had made it. If we'd had fight night on, I think he'd have won his fight.
And that's another thing as well that it does for you. It gives you a little bit of self-worth. Because starting any kind of something new, okay, yeah, it's like, oh my God, I can't do this. But it's just having that little bit of self-belief in yourself of, no, I'm not giving up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And it's amazing what you can achieve.
You see that in people's attitude kind of week 5, week 6. They see, they're starting to get 10 shades of shit lumped into them. But they've also sold 30 tickets and they've got 30 friends and family that are coming to support them.
Yeah.
They're doing something amazing. It's not like they're part of a team or they're like playing guitar in a band, or they are the only person in that ring with the other person. And between them, they brought 50 people who want to see that happen.
Come and see me get beat up.
Yeah, and so you see in their mindset, they're like, shit, man, I'm going to let these people down. Do you know what I mean? And you can see some days people want to quit. And I've seen people leave the gym before and think he's not coming back. And then they're back on Thursday night. And I'm like, fuck, well done to you, man.
No, it is. No, I don't know if you're like me. I'm right on the ring because, it's really, but the best fights of all. Oh, excuse me a minute. Let me just turn my my alarm off. My tablet. It's 10 o'clock. Is the girls?
Oh,
They are so brutal.
do
Now,
you know, with the women, yeah, I feel it's like they've got more to show.
yeah,
They've got
I think
more bollocks than the men.
they take in what you teach them more as well.
So yeah,
They,
we spoke about this. I don't know if it was with you. I spoke about it, but I think because it's such a male dominant sport, I think they feel like they have a point to prove. Which
yeah,
disclaimer, they don't have a point to prove. Yeah, whoever gets in a ring, in my eyes, is a great person because they're giving it a go. But they feel like because it's such a male dominant sport, they've got to give it 110%. And so you see them in training, proper listening, taking notes. You know, making it, making sure they're taking in what they're doing, and then they're doing the sparring and they're listening to the coaches.
yeah.
And it's funny seeing the blokes then jump in after and just lamp shit into each other. Like, because you think those, like, technically the best fights are the girls' fights.
Girls, they are because it's I've noticed. I think, ooh, right. Been watching you two. You're gonna have a good fight. This is gonna be a good boxing
Yeah,
match. And the
yeah,
two guys will get in the ring and they'll start off good, but then one of them will catch one
yeah,
and hurt him.
done.
And
Yeah,
then that's it. Then
then it's a
all
fight.
shit
Then
breaks loose.
scrap.
Then it's
Yeah,
this. Then I'm gonna beat the shit into you. But the
yeah,
girls, doesn't matter how hard they hit each other, they're composed
yeah.
and
The
they
whole way
ready.
through.
They're there. They're in that zone.
Yeah,
They're in that zone. And but like I said, there are some of the guys are there as well. There's been some amazing fights that
yeah, they have.
have been put on, and to think that they've only had 8 weeks training
Yeah,
is
yeah,
astonishing. It really, really is.
yeah, definitely.
But but the girls, every I'd say everyone I've done so far, I'd say
Yeah.
one of the girls' match has probably been match of the match of the night
Listen,
because
the
they've been
best fight
excellent.
on the second fight night, the one in July last year, Stacey and Kirsty's fight. What a fight that was!
Unbelievable.
Brilliant fight, and the whole crowd was like, "Oh!" And that was one of the headline fights, and I was happy that we could put a girls' fight on the main card. That's great, and we do a lot for female boxing. You know, I'm going to plug something that we do now, and I'm going to make me look great. We don't have ring girls.
No, you got
Because-
me in my thumb.
Yeah. You love that. I've been in your bathroom, Mr. Benny.
It's you that pulled. We talked about that in a podcast today. It's you that pulled the piece of paper
No.
off, is it?
Someone pulled the paper off. I've always been too scared to look. I still don't know if you're naked or if you've got boxers on and you're teasing. I still don't know. But we don't have ring girls because we want to show equality in boxing and we want to bring women's boxing to the forefront. So we don't believe that women, like ring girls, should be paraded like a piece of meat. So we don't have them. And we're also launching a female championship as well, so that they have the ability to fight for championship belts as well as the men. So I'm a strong advocate for female boxing. And like you said, because they do put more effort into it, and
They do, and it's good. It's good for everyone's mental health.
yeah,
It
exactly,
really is.
exactly.
It really is. I'm a bit of a pacifist, but to go into the gym and hit the bag, or just doing any kind of physical exercise gives you that buzz, and when you're feeling low, it takes you back up and gives you something to focus on.
Yeah.
And like I said, seeing the girls focus so much and seeing what they're achieving is, come on, boys, you learn something from these girls, beer, because
Exactly.
they taking it. I'm not saying the boys don't take it seriously because I know they do, but
too seriously. That's what they should do with the boys.
Yeah,
Take it too seriously, and then it becomes a bit of a joke sometimes. That's what it is, because they hit each other a bit too hard, and then they know they've got to laugh it off because otherwise.
That's where they lose. That's where they're losing the thing. Then no, like I said, there are championship belts as well that that you have. So if you've done well, you can come back and you can thing for the championship. So that's one of the things I like as well. So somebody goes home, everyone goes home with a trophy.
Yeah.
Everyone goes home with a trophy, win, lose or draw. but there is that
I
chance to have
didn't.
that. You didn't.
I
Ah,
didn't. My brother nicked my trophy, the little fucker.
do you want me to sort him out if you do? Do you want me to
Sure,
sort him out?
yeah, listen, on the next event, we'll have a little.
Yeah, we'll take you around the back.
We'll take you for a chat.
Yeah, we'll put him in a kit bag and hang him up and tell everyone, just
Yeah.
practice for there if you want. Just, but it's to have the chance of winning your own, a proper belt, a proper championship belt, and it's not something you get from the market. You've gone all out
No,
and
no, no.
you've got a proper championship belt for him to
Of course.
wear, and
Yeah, of course.
Did you own one
It's
of these
nice to
belts,
win one,
Charlie?
Geraint. I'll be honest. It's
This
nice to
one?
own one. It's very nice to own one. It's
Well, yeah,
pride
yeah.
of place.
I'm just going to buy one and put it up on my wall.
Yeah, listen, we'll get you one. The best MC in boxing.
So, what are you doing with your time now? Then, during the lockdown, you just relaxing, putting your feet up, drinking tea.
Sure, I'm planning, man. I'm planning. I want to be ready that when lockdown's lifted, that I come out 100 mile an hour. Do you know what I mean? And I got, like I said, I'm planning the podcast. I've got about 10 shows planned already. I'm going to fight again, so I'm trying to diet and lose a bit of weight. Because I'd like to go into the next fight with a bit of better shape, and see how I fare without a chest infection, really, and see if I can defend the belt. That'd be nice. So I'm fighting the boy that I called out. There's an exclusive for you. Ooh. So the boy I called out on the night, we're going to fight two big boys, two big heavy hitters. He's a good friend of mine, but until fight night, he'll have to be the enemy. But yeah, it's another 6-round fight, so probably should get out on the bike and do a bit of running and stuff.
Should.
I was.
What you need? What you need, right, is a motivation app to help you.
Geraint, do you know anybody that is doing an app like that?
Strangely enough, if you go to enhancementproject.co.uk /app, you can download an app that will help you with all your motivation.
I'm going to get straight on that after this podcast.
So
see that you've got a social media influencer pushing.
Social media influencer, yeah. So I can't wait to come on your podcast.
Plug away. Honestly, I recorded another podcast earlier today, which is going to be released next week on my friend Lloyd Haynes' podcast.
Do you want to give that a plug? We can people see that.
The Haynes Roberts podcast, Spotify, Apple Music. I'll post a link to it as well. But we spoke about my mental health journey, kind of a bit like the documentary, my mental health journey, where kind of my love for events began, and my story of how I became where I am now, the madhead that I am now. And it's a really emotional hour. We delve a lot deeper into this documentary, basically. I think I spoke quite openly in the documentary, but I didn't go into too much detail about certain things. So I talk a lot about kind of my childhood, and where my kind of mental health problems began. And then obviously last year with the setting up of the business and suffering with depression at the same time, how I overcame that. And then we talk about me with sepsis and nearly dying, and how kind of summing up 2019 was a mad year and the worst year of my life, and how I'm channeling that energy into having the best year of my life in 2020.
That sounds awesome, dude.
Yeah, so we did that today as well.
So you are keeping yourself busy with planning.
Yeah, I am.
And it's the best thing to do. I've done it myself. I've fallen into the trap, especially the first couple of weeks of the lockdown. It was like, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to take it easy for a few days.
Yeah,
have a rest, and then that worked. That it was a fortnight, and I'm like, oh, do you know what? I haven't done it.
I'm still working, so I'm still working from home Monday to Friday, so I'm still in a bit of a routine.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But yeah, like this last week I haven't had any Wi-Fi, so I haven't even been able to work. But it's just kind of got me sat in with the notepad and planning, and then obviously I went out this afternoon to film the podcast and stuff, and it's just getting everything out there, man.
So give us all your social media platforms that you work from, and give yourself a big plug.
Sound. So my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where I post most of my madness. Instagram's the best. Twitter's okay. Facebook I don't really use. It's I am Charlie Bat, BATT. And then the white collar boxing page is just White Collar Boxing Wales. We don't use Instagram or Twitter at the minute. But yeah, and then No Idols Podcast is at No Idols Podcast on all social medias as well.
Cool. Well, Charlie, thanks so much for coming on show, dude. Honestly,
my pleasure.
I know we had a little bit of trouble getting on, but then it was worth it.
I know.
The trouble was worth it in the end.
A great chat.
Yeah, it
was definitely.
And I look forward to once the lockdown's done. I look forward to getting that little that text off you saying the date of the fight, and I look forward to it. But I'm sure I'll speak to you before that, dude.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course, I'll try once lockdown's lifted or certain restrictions are lifted. I'll try to come and see you and Sean.
Good man.
Yeah, definitely.
Good man. Well, you look after yourself.
You too, my friend.
And yeah, I shall speak to you soon.
Nice one. Thank you for having me.
No problem at all, dude. I'll just log you off, burn off the screen, and then I'll say goodbye to everyone, play my advert, and then I'm going to go make a cup of tea.
Go on, son.
Have a good ta, Charlie.
You too, mate. See you later.
All right, ta. Thanks, everyone that's listened to today's podcast, talking to Charlie Bat. If you want to listen back, you can always go back to Facebook, or you can go to our YouTube channel, Benney Babbles. Please go there, subscribe, share, and spread the love. Good night, and have a great time. Bye.